Welcome to Between the Bytes, where we're not as smart as your average nerd. My name is Arash Chandapur.
And I'm Gary Arnold.
And this week we're going to be giving you some AI updates, some news with some German startup companies, and then some local news with Silicon Slopes, as well as Utah 100.
Arash forgot to mention that we are here at the brand new Executech Training Facility. Check it out. We've got a lot of artificial intelligence news today, some AI news. The very first bit that we have is about an artificial intelligence that was developed by the University of Chicago. This AI was trained to leave fake reviews. So whatever language programming they did to it, it studied hundreds of thousands of reviews of real users, and from it, it learned how to leave a review on a restaurant, on a business. And so what they did is they then had it create 3 different reviews. And they had people come in and they would read the AI reviews and they would read the just 3 genuine reviews, and then they would rank the usefulness. Was it relevant? Did it help them understand more about the restaurant? The AI ranked 3.15 on usefulness compared to 3.28 for a genuine review. So very little difference between reviews.
AI is gaining ground.
Yeah, I mean, Rosh, what do you think about this in general, about the future of reviews?
We obviously know the value of reviews in local businesses, especially with Google and Facebook. The possibility that AIs are even intruding into that part of our realm now it scares me, but it's really interesting.
It'll be hard to tell what is real and fake when it comes to reviews.
It will. Next, the Women's Tech Council here in Utah has announced a partnership with Silicon Slopes, and their goal in mind is to help women get into the tech industry and stay in the tech industry, where they have found that an average for a woman in the tech world is about 7 years, and they leave. And their goal is to change that, help women get on the forefront of the tech world, and maintain a presence there as well, instead of kind of use it as a stepping stone or leave the industry eventually. So there are some goals in place that they have put together, and they're once again trying to map things out to make sure that women have the same opportunity and continue to stay in the tech world.
A German startup called Lilium raised $90 million in funding to develop a sky taxi. This startup was started to create a flying taxi. It's technically a jet, but their goal is to create a 5-passenger flying jet. It will be able to stay in the air for about an hour and can travel at speeds up to 180 miles per hour, which means that it could go from, for example, London to Paris in just about an hour. The future is coming.
That is so cool.
Real life DeLoreans.
Straight out of Fifth Element. Real life DeLoreans.
There we go.
We don't need cars where
we're going, we don't need roads.
Next, this headline might scare you a little. Vladimir Putin is getting involved in AI. He is well aware that it is the future of all mankind, and he's been quoted saying that there are colossal opportunities, but it is difficult to predict the threats, which Gary and I have been telling you here on Between the Bytes for a while now.
We warned you.
We warned you. And a direct quote from Putin. This one is the one that may scare you a little. Whoever becomes the leader in this sphere will become the ruler of the world. Verbatim from Vladimir Putin.
No big deal.
Fortunately, he has come out and said that Russia will be sharing any AI knowledge that comes out to make sure that we can proceed in this tech world and in the AI world as one. And then fortunately, Elon Musk has even weighed in. The problem is it's not fortunate news.
Yeah.
Saying that the competition for AI superiority is what will eventually lead to World War III.
Could lead. You didn't hear it from us, but if the news breaks, you will hear it here first on Between the Bytes.
Here first.
On to a little more positive news. The Mountain West Capital Network's Utah 100 has released their 2017 list. This is a list of 100 companies that have the fastest revenue growth in the past 3 or 4 years. Executech was made a member of was on the list again for the 5th time in a row. Actually, maybe more than that. We've been on the list a lot. It's been great. Companies such as Jane.com, Arc Solar, FireToss, Instructure, and many others are also on this list. So we'll have a link in the description where you can check out the full list of these award winners.
And then one last congratulatory headline for Executech. Our grand opening for our new building is September 13th. As you can notice, starting at 11 a.m. we will have guest speakers such as Thurl Bailey there, a former player of the Utah Jazz and former NBA star. There will be food, prizes, games. It's going to be an all-day event. We hope to see you there.
See you next week at the grand opening.
you.
We'll also have a special live event from Between the Bytes on our Facebook page, so be sure to check back in and check that out.
Tune in.
Welcome to this week's product demo. Double the fun with both of us here to demo
Double
a product.
trouble.
That's right. This week we are demoing the Nintendo Switch. So this is Nintendo's latest console. Pretty shiny, pretty cool. There's several different playing modes. We won't demonstrate them all right here. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen this before. We did want to demonstrate a few features. But obviously it's a full touch screen that you can use to play on. You can use these two side joysticks to play like this. It also comes with an attachable controller where these can detach and you can play on the controller. You can also mount this screen to this dock, which charges it and will then project to your big screen TV. So we want to do a quick demo because it also comes with a kickstand and your friends can play together. Slide this out. One for you, one for me.
Thank you.
Oh, false start. Where you at, bro?
I'm almost done, I think.
So that's the Nintendo Switch. Check it out in stores. It's actually pretty hard to get right now, but if you pre-order it or order it now, it will come in several weeks. That's what we had to do. We will have this featured at our grand opening for some prizes, so come check it out.
If you want to win, play me.
That's right.
And here's Frontline Between the Bytes, where we bring you frontline news of cyber attacks out there in the world to you, Between the Bytes subscribers and watchers. This week's update we want to give you is regarding cyber attacks at UK universities, including Oxford, Warwick, and the University and College of London. They are averaging cyber attack attempts of over 1,000 a month since 2016, and since 2016 there have been 1,100 successful cyber attacks. The schools are nervous because a lot of the information they've gathered is data that has taken years to collect. And these cyber attacks, once gaining that information, can sell it on black markets for a lot of money. So keep your eyes on the news out there. And that'll do it on this week's Frontline News from Between the Bytes.
This week's tech tip comes directly from the source. Our technicians that are out on the front line of users and the issues that they face at companies, he told us what's been his bane the last couple weeks. Something that's been very difficult for him to handle is the fact that people will often open emails that they shouldn't. And his advice, his tech tip, was to err on the side of skeptical. If something looks a little bit sketch in an email, if you've never really seen it before, better just to be safe and to delete it. If it was something important, somebody's going to resend it again, it will resurface one way or another. Better just to be safe and delete it. Don't open any attachments that you get from unfamiliar emails. Don't click on links from unfamiliar emails or unfamiliar links at all. Just play it safe and delete the email. Well, that's it for this week's episode. As we saw in our product demo, we have the Nintendo Switch. Make sure to come to our grand opening where you can challenge one of us to Mario Kart. The winner will get a special prize. We'll also be going live next week for our grand opening, so be excited for that.
Go Executech.
Like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Please do. We'll see you next week.